Reported by naturallymoi.com. New report shows Baltimore police terrorize black people. The culmination of a year-long investigation into one of the county's largest police forces, the Baltimore Police Department, found that racism is ingrained in the inner workings of the Baltimore Police Department. The report found that officers make large number of stops, mostly in poor, black neighborhoods, with dubious justification and unlawfully arrest citizens for speech deemed disrespectful. Physical force is used unnecessarily, including against the mentally disabled, and black pedestrians and drivers are disproportionately searched during stops, the report says. These things, not hard for us to believe, but needed to be proved by an investigation so that the cries of racism from people in the black community aren't deemed as playing the race card. This is proof. The Justice Department released a copy of the report in advance of its public announcement at an event Wednesday morning in Baltimore. Among the findings, black residents account for roughly 84% of stops, though they represent just 63% of the city's population. Likewise, African Americans make up 95% of the 410 people stopped at least 10 times by officers from 2010 to 2015. During the same time period, officers stopped 34 black residents 20 times and 7 African Americans 30 times or more, while the report says that no individuals of any other race were stopped more than 12 times. And get this, one man who spoke to investigators said he was stopped 30 times in less than 4 years. At least 15 of those stops, he said, were to check for outstanding warrants, just to see if they had a valid reason to lock him up. None of the other stops resulted in charges. So basically, he was harassed to keep the fear in him so he is reminded that he is an oppressed person. In addition to this, Baltimore officers were proven to perform unconstitutional public strip searches, including searches of people who aren't under arrest, to remind people, of course, that they have no rights that the police have to respect. The report also says officers routinely use unreasonable and excessive force, including against juveniles and civilians who aren't dangerous or posing an immediate threat. Force is often used as a retaliatory tactic in instances where officers did not like what those individuals said. BPD teaches officers to use aggressive tactics, the report reads. BPD's trainings fuel an us versus them mentality we saw some officers display towards community members, alienating the civilians they are meant to serve. Wow, who knew? We all knew. That's the point. More harassment that was found. Officers also routinely stop and question individuals without cause or legitimate suspicion that they're involved in any criminal activity. The report says no charges were filed in 26 of every 27 pedestrian stops. The directives often come from the supervisors. In one instance, a supervisor told a subordinate officer to make something up after the officer protested an order to stop and question a group of young black men for no reason. So basically, y'all, they have been doing whatever the hell they want to black people with no consequences in Baltimore. My fellow Americans, this is how Freddie Gray died. Do you see this? These are the facts. This is the proof. They murdered Freddie Gray because the system reinforces that policing is to harass, abuse, and murder unarmed black people in Baltimore, Maryland. Until next time, I'm Jen Nicole from naturallymoi.com.